Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one we're going to actually go over how to build mega bases and how to make it easier on yourself and the step-by-step process that I use to build mine and my creative and my survival world. But if you're new here, make sure you go on and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing that I did is I came up with an idea, and that idea was I wanted to go into the sky. You can go into the ground, into the water, into a mountain, just a normal base, but I wanted to go up and in the sky. So the next thing that I had to do is I had to decide, well, what do I want it to look like? And I went with this design, is I wanted to use lighter blocks, kind of like this, and get a circular pattern going up to the sky. So I then put this in the world, and after I saw what this looked like, I had to move to step number 3. So step 1 was just getting that foundation, like the idea. Step 2, we had to get the center point, so that's what I did there. But now, since we're on step 3, mine was figure out where you wanted to expand from the center. So for me, I wanted to go outwards in each direction with a path and then figure out from there. So what I did was I built this thing and I went in this direction first. Built out this path and I came up with this one. I really liked it. So we started from there. And then on step number 4, we decided, you know what, we're going to go in a circular-ish pattern. Obviously, this isn't the whole design that I went with on my world. You're going to make adjustments. It's going to happen. But for step number 4 is I had to decide, okay, so how are we going to make this circular pattern? So I kind of came up with this design, flew to the top, did not like it, kept redesigning, and then I eventually came up with one of my actual survival world, which looks like this. This is one we eventually came up with after a few rounds of designing. And then once I came up with that, I'd move on to step number 5. And step number 5, honestly, is the hardest for most people and was 100% the hardest for me. And that is just getting over the hump and getting over the fear. I definitely did not want to build this mega base because I knew it was going to take me absolutely ages to build, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to build it. But once you get going with it, it honestly is just so much easier. Like once I started this center point and I just kept going up, yes, it did take around about 6 hours. And yes, it might not have been worth it, but it was definitely fun and I enjoyed every bit of it. And it did take a while, yes, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. And you're going to not regret going back and not going to regret actually going and just pushing forward and doing it. And then the last thing I would say, honestly, is just being creative and making sure everything has a purpose. Like, for example, I knew that we had to light this up, so I was creative, made a path, and then after this path, I was like, well, this path's kind of pointless right here if it just leads to here, so I put on outside pillars. This was not originally in the first plan. The first plan, oh, let me kill you real quick. Oh, it's not good. But anyway, in the original plan, I did not have each one of these pillars. You can see I'm still not even done with this thing, but I did not have each one of these pillars put in. All I had was just the main center point. But then I was like, you know what? We could put farms on the outside. So you're not always going to stick to the original plan. Just keep that in mind. You are 100% going to go off script, but just make sure you're creative with it. And what I mean by that is, for example, make sure everything's like innovative, not necessarily innovative, but interesting. Like this, I could have done and just went with stone brick, which this is the most common building block, I swear, in the game is stone brick. But no, I wanted to go out and just have fun with it, so I made a guardian farm and just built this. And I 100% do not regret building this thing. It has made my world 10 times more fun to play on, and it's so nice having a base that you came up with and made yourself. Also, another thing I would say is make sure, like, if you don't know where to start, say you don't even know what type of base you want to build, go look up like your favorite YouTuber's base. Like what I did is I looked up Mumbo Jumbo's. I went through each one of his seasons and I basically found which I liked the best. The one I liked the best was, I think it was season 6, where he made kind of the globe. I was like, I kind of want to go up like that, but I don't want it to be a globe. So what I did is I went up through a center point and then I expanded from there in my own way. So I started with what he did, but I found my own way and put my own twist on it. So if you don't know where to go, look stuff up. I also went to Reddit for a few. So that's exactly what Mumbo Jumbo did too, and he would say the exact same thing, and I think he has said the same thing. And that is, look other people's up. Like if you don't know what type of base you want to build, get inspiration from other type of bases before you start your own, so you can make sure it's going to be the exact type of base that you want it to be. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you don't hit the like button, and if you're new, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Drop a comment down below. I'm definitely probably going to be doing a world tour coming up here soon once I hit episode 50, so make sure you guys keep a lookout for that. But that is all the time I have for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next one. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you